Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. In this one we will compare the Juggernaut to the controller, and more exactly we will check out the range of both of them. Let's just go to base and check the basic range of both of them. So let's assume we have them both maxed out. So then the controller, as we know, is 700 range. Let's check it. 700 range. But at level 20 with the right technology, let's look at the techno. No, actually, no, it's a talent, isn't it? Okay, let's look at controller. His level 20 talent is 20% splash, so extra splash. So 700 range plus his splash, and then we will look at the vehicles because of jog. So 550 range. Plus his technology, that gives 50 range, is 600 range. Plus his splash, which is amazing. And we're gonna check and compare which actually has the best range. Okay, so on the left you see controllers, on the right you see your jug. For my jug I'm hitting that corner, that close corner. See how big the splash is. And for my controllers I just try to move them in between the jug, like a bit further and a bit closer. So the furthest on, we'll see if I can actually hit that tower, and it did. And the second controller wanted to see how far I got when I hit the buildings. So this was actually super difficult to test out. Yeah, let's just use pictures as well, because that might be more understanding. So on the left you see the jug, on the right you see controllers. You can also see where I hit it, and you can see the placement of this. So the right controller, the upper controller, is actually pretty much the same place as the jug is. So he hit that building, and with his splash damage he hit, you know, everything around it as well. And the lower one is a little in front of the jug, and he actually hit that tower as well. Now I think range wise they probably are the same, but if you counter in everything else, then the jug might actually win, because the jug has a gigantic splash. Look at that, one hit did everything around it. The buildings, the tower, almost. Maybe I should have just gone one wall further, and I had the tower as well. So that range of his that splash damage is gigantic. Now the controller doesn't need building super far away. The jug does. So the controller might be easier when there's a wall right in front of the railgun. Then you can hit the wall and the railgun will be dead. If there's not a building in front of that, the jug cannot do that. But then again, the controller drones get shot down quite easily nowadays. So many units can hit that controller now. Actually those drones. So it's a little bit iffy. Now obviously the jug projectile cannot be shot down, so that's a huge advantage for the jug. Range wise they're kind of the same, but it will depend on the base which unit will be best to use. And of course controller have less repair time compared to the jug, which is still gigantic. So this is gonna be the wall test. So basically I'm gonna put everything on it at its place, and I'm gonna hit that a certain wall. So for the jug, it's quite easily. I'm gonna hit that corner wall and see how far I get. And then for controller, I will just try to do the same. But of course, because his projectile can't go through a wall, I clear the wall first. So for the jug, he hits about 13 walls. I figured out the controller hits about 5 walls, so I put it at the same spot, just to hit the same amount of walls, and then I will put a picture to compare where they were at. So we're gonna do the same thing with pictures now. The range is pretty much almost the same. There's a little bit of difference though. So on the left the splash damage is 13 wall, on the right with controllers I only got 12 walls down because it was so difficult to hit the right wall. Either way, the splash damage of controls is 6 walls. It's now confirmed. So 13 walls compared to 6 walls. The range is pretty much the same, which is confirmed. Yeah, again, maybe the controllers win slightly, but it's almost negligible. So basically, in conclusion, after those two tests, I must say, so Juggernaut versus controller, who wins? It's a tie. For me, it's a tie. Because it's gonna depend on the situation. So I summed it up already in one of the tests, that if you have a lot of hitting options, then Jug might be the best. If you have limited hitting options, then controller might be best. If you don't have caretaker up, then obviously controller is best because of repair time. If your controllers are not maxed, if they are, for example, level 19, then Jug wins 100% because you don't have the splash damage and you've got 5 less range. So maxed out controllers might be still a little bit better depending on the situation. So I mean, this was a good test, although it's very difficult to check it out and to do the right tests and to edit it. But yeah, I'm very pleased with this. So I hope it was as useful as it was for me, because I definitely learned a few things in these tests. For example, the splash damage of controllers. I did not know that was 6 walls. So yeah, that was interesting. Either way, I hope it was useful. Please like, please subscribe, and I see you guys next time.
Didn't even get to cross.